Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, let's try to understand Fibonacci series of a given number, or we can also print the Fibonacci series until the given number. So let's first try to observe what is Fibonacci series. So here we have a sequence. So this sequence is formed with first two fixed values. The first two fixed values are 0 as well as 1. So third value is formed by adding previous two values. So then 0 plus 1, you get the value this. And next value 2 is formed by adding previous two, which is 1 plus 1. Similarly, 3 is formed by adding 1 plus 2 and so on with all the rest of the others. So now we can say that for any number, if you want to get the value, so we can add n minus 1 plus n minus 2. So f of n would be f of n minus 1 plus f of n minus 2. So let me consider the first two values. So let me just separate this. So I can say that 0 as the first and 1 as the second. So now if I want to get the value third number, which is 0 plus 1, can I say like first plus second gives us the value third? Yes. So we'll just say first plus second. So giving us the value 0 plus 0, the value is 1. And next comes the value 2. So in this case, this value would be third for us. And for next value 2, so what we are supposed to, we need to add this one plus this one. So you get the value 2. So then we can say that first would be this and the second would be this. So first let's shift the value to second and shift the value from second to third. So now this would be our result. So this is our first plus second. So we can say that the value as third. So now again, if I want to get the value 3, so if I want to get the value 3, you need to add these two. So 1 plus 2 again you are supposed to do. So let's take the value 3. So now first goes to here and second goes to here. And this would be again the combination of first and second, which is a value third. So on again the process repeats. So let's try to put the same logic into our Visual Studio by writing the code. So first, let's try to read the input from the user. So number equal to int of input, right? So now here, let's understand the first basic scenario. So we need two values. First is 0 and the value second is 1. So now if you want to calculate the value third, so we need to know until where you are supposed to do. So if the number is 0, there is no need to run. If the number is 1, also there is no need to run. So here we can write one condition. If my number is 0, I would print the value first. Let's say if our number is 1, then I would print the value, let's say second. So 0th scenario, you're printing the value 0. If your number is 1, you're printing the value 1. So what if we are not giving any of these two? So if our number starts from 2, so here we comes to write some logic in a loop. So here if I just say for I in range, so we need to just observe for getting the value 1, you are doing previous to. For getting this value 2, again you are doing this previous to. For getting this value 3, again you are doing this value previous to sum. So you are supposed to keep on adding the first as well as second for getting the value third. So I'll just take the loop. So here 0 is done, 1 is done. So now we need to start our loop from the value 2. We also need to include the value 2. Then you can say number plus 1. So if I just keep the value number, we will not be able to run our loop. So because 0th scenario is done, first scenario is also done. But if I give the value 2, so 2 comma 2, so loop will not run. So either you can start from the value 1, you can go until the value 2, that's fine. So if I go with the value 5, so you'll be doing 3 more iterations. So 0, 1 is done, 2, 3, 4. So in this way you are supposed to do. So for considering the value 2, I'm running the loop from 1 to 2. So let's say now third value would be sum of first as well as second. So after this, what we are trying to do, we are trying to move our first value to second. After this, we are trying to move our second value to third. So this is how the logic works. Now let's try to print after this loop is done, the value of third. Let's run the program. So giving the value 0, we got the output 0. So giving the value 1, we got the output 1. So if I give the value 2, the output should be still 1. Yes, it's working. If I give the value 3, output is 2. So maybe if I just consider 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I give the value 6, we should expect the answer to be 8. So let's give the value 6. So you got the answer to be 8. So this is how you are printing the nth Fibonacci number. Make sure that here we are going with the indexes 0. So 0th value is 0, first value is 1, second value is 1, third value is 2, and so on. So it's not one based indexing, it's zero based indexing. In that way, we are trying to work. So if let's say, if I give the value 6, if I give the value 6, I want to print all the 6 Fibonacci numbers. So if I give the value 6, I want to print all the 6 Fibonacci numbers until that respect to value. So then what we'll be doing is, so we just write number equal to 0 done, print done, this done. So after this loop is done, let me just comment out this logic. So just go first, print the value of first as well as second. So if these two are done, I want to run the loop for I in range. So you start from 1, you go until the number. Then each and every time we are supposed to print the value third. So first calculate the value third, which would be first plus second. Then you print the value third. Then you do the process. So first goes to second, and again second goes to third. So let's run this loop and just try to observe. So giving the value 6. So we got the output until this. So we are getting the output in different lines. If you don't want to print the output in different lines, let's provide our end to be space. Here also let's add that end to be space, so that we get the output in a single line. By default, end is new line. That's the reason it is going to each and every different line. So let's give the value 6. So we're getting the output until the value 8. So this is the 0th Fibonacci, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So I considered the scenario to be 0 based indexing. If you consider the scenario to be 1 based indexing, there would be just slight logic in the range where you want to traverse. So let's try to understand what is the time complexity for this video. So time complexity for this video is, so if you observe, we are trying to go until the value number. So time complexity would be order of n. That's all for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.